Hello everybody, Denobi2 here with Benjamin. On this episode, we are talking about the Sideshow Beetlejuice. Alright Benjamin, I know you're excited about Beetlejuice. Ugh, Beetlejuice, come on.
I was excited about Beetlejuice. I think the term is was, because after seeing the actual pictures of the figure, this is a train wreck, man. I mean, this is a murder. I mean, this is really bad.
I love this movie.
I love the movie too.
I love the movie. I grew up, and the fact that we're getting
a subpar figure for $240. Let's just start off the bat. This figure's head sculpt is horrendous.
Oh.
It does not look like Michael Keaton at all.
Well, it's a prototype, Benjamin. I mean, it could get better as when the final product is released.
No, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse, believe me. The prototype is usually the best paint that you can get on there. The figure is going to look the best it will ever look is in a prototype 9 times out of 10. Because they actually have a professional artist that comes in and he'll do all his little razzmatazz magic on it to make it look so lifelike and realistic. If you've ever seen a lot of prototype head sculpts, they look amazing. Then sometimes when you get the final product, it just kind of like, what happened here? It's not even like a flesh tone anymore.
We got it. I have to defend Sideshow just for the fact that they stepped up to the plate and they took the chance at making a Beetlejuice figure. No one else has done that.
Okay.
It's been what, 20, 30 years since the movie? Our generation needs this, Benjamin.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have the NECA 18-inch Beetlejuice, and it has voice activation and motion activation, and it looks better than the Sideshow Beetlejuice. I'm just telling you. The NECA, or NECA, as if you want to say it, this figure is like, I don't know, 6 years old, 7 years old, and it looks better than the Sideshow one they just announced a couple days ago.
Sculpt is okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's okay.
It's not acceptable.
It's not bad. Maybe because of the price point.
No, this is the trend that's been going on with Hot Toys and Sideshow, and this is exactly what has to stop. The cost keeps on going up. The quality, not all the times, but the quality is subpar, especially with the head sculpt. The body on this figure, he's supposed to have a gut. There's no gut there. It's almost...
I'll give you that.
There's nothing there. The body itself is
I'll give you that.
You get no accessories. You get a nail file hand. A nail file hand and a bunch of hands with it for $240. That is what's going on in the 1/6 scale marketplace right now.
You do get the additional tombstone there.
No accessories whatsoever. The tombstone is not included. It's $125, but if you buy it as a bundle, you get $25 off.
I think you're being a little bit too harsh on this. I still feel that
they should cancel this figure right now.
No.
Call it quits and cancel it.
We need Beetlejuice.
We need a real Beetlejuice, not a make-believe one that some preschooler put together.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I'm just sorry, but you know what? I'm going to give it to them because they have some nerve. I'm going to tell you, Sideshow has some nerve to go ahead and not only charge $125 for the tombstone, they should have just thrown it in. There's nothing that comes with this figure. We were talking about the war machine. We were talking about the die-cast war machine.
Yeah.
It comes with a baton and a battle-damaged piece and some hands. And I was like, $350 die-cast. That's an awful lot of money, and you don't really get a lot of stuff with it at all. You really don't get anything. It's just some hands and a baton. Okay, fine. But it's Hot Toys. It's Iron Man. It's die-cast. Okay, that's why it's that. Why is this $240?
They give you a discount when you add the tombstone on with the Beetlejuice figure, though, Benjamin. I mean,
and I want to point this out too. If you actually look at the description of the tombstone, it does not say polystone. I don't even know what this is made out of. When I looked at the tombstone, honestly, I felt like Diamond Select could have made this for $30-40. It doesn't light up. There's nothing there. It's just like it looks good, but at the end of the day. Oh, come on, $125? Where do they come up with this pricing?
Sideshow, I don't know where else I can defend you.
There's no way to defend this figure. Cancel it, Sideshow. Cancel it, figure.
I have to defend it because I want a Beetlejuice figure. I really do. I love this movie. I love the characters.
I want an engineer from Alien, but that ain't going to happen anytime soon. I mean, like, look, let's be honest and practical. This figure is $240, and it comes with a nail file hand, and then a bunch of hands. That's it. the head sculpt is so bad. I feel like I just want to take the figure. We should buy one and then we should burn it on camera. That's what we should do to this figure. This is what should happen to it. We should run it over with our car, then we should burn it and blow it up. You know, like in that slow motion 360 degree thing.
The sculpt on Beetlejuice's head, I will say one thing: the sculpted hair does not work for it. It should have been more of a doll hair. The actual face,
I agree.
It needs a little bit of tweaking.
A little bit of tweaking.
But
it looks like Bobcat Goldthwait from Police Academy is Beetlejuice. It looks like Michael Keaton's stunt double from Beetlejuice is actually the head sculpt. It looks so bad. I mean, I felt like I made that sculpt.
But Benjamin, I want us to be careful. I don't want to spook Sideshow on this because there are folks out there who think the figure looks like crap. I want somebody out there to give me Beetlejuice. And the fact that Sideshow had the balls to do it, I'll give you props for that.
They had balls to do it, but I don't know who's behind the marketing or who's behind okaying these figures, because it happened with the Batman, it happened with the Superman, the Sideshow Superman. The Ash, the head sculpt is off. That's $240 also. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're sitting here and we're looking at these figures, and I'm like, who said you should have an anorexic Superman? I'm just saying, who said that? And who authorized that horrible Batman face? You know, the Batman sculpt was horrible. So, okay, all I'm saying is this. Who was behind the scenes, looked at this and said, whoa, this Beetlejuice looks spot on. You can go ahead and pull up your computer. Pull up Beetlejuice. Pull it up on YouTube. You can see the movie itself. Look at Beetlejuice with his gut and his face. It looks nothing like it. This figure, if I was going to say, you know, if I was going to buy it, $120. Really, $120. Well, maybe $130.
No, a lot of R&D went into this.
It will be though. It will be, because once they go ahead and make this figure, Spooktacular comes around for about 2 years. It's going to be in that bargain basement, you know, the dungeon where like nobody wants to buy anything, and then they're just going to go ahead and blow off the dust and there's a whole freaking crate of Beetlejuice figures. Here you go, man.
Sideshow, I'm begging you, just improve on the final version. I want Beetlejuice. I grew up with the film. I love Michael Keaton. I love Beetlejuice. We need this. And there's a sequel coming out. Perhaps Hot Toys might take a stab at this, since there is a Beetlejuice 2 coming out.
One could hope. Either Hot Toys, Enter Bay, I don't know, anybody, 3-0, somebody could do it. I mean, somebody could do a better job. I'm not trying to beat up on Sideshow. I think it's great that they tried. But at the end of the day, you got to go ahead and say to yourself, is this figure worth $240? No, it's not. Does it look like Michael Keaton? No, it doesn't. Is the body even right? Is it the right body for Beetlejuice? No, it's not.
He doesn't even have the
gut. Do you get accessories with this? No, you don't. You get
the handbook to the recently deceased.
That's only for the exclusive. So if you buy it from your comic book shop, or you go ahead and buy it online from a different, you have to buy it from Sideshow.
So you don't get the handbook for the recently deceased?
No. Only the exclusive guy buy that from Sideshow. They didn't even give that to people for $240. You know, like I said, this is the trend that's going on, and I'm really getting sick of it. You know, as a collector, the prices are going up. You're not getting any accessories. You're not getting anything for your, you know, bang for your buck is what I look at it as. And you know what? I'm not going to go ahead and start just shelling out money just because, hey, it looks good. No, I want my money's worth, and this is not even it. Let me tell you something. McFarlane could do a better job. NECA can do a better job. Come on, guys. Stop going ahead and just throwing stuff out there and just expecting consumers just to buy it just because. Oh, you have to be the hardest of the hardcore Beetlejuice fans to go ahead and buy this figure.
I love Beetlejuice, though, but the tombstone should have been included.
Do you love Beetlejuice enough, though? Let's be honest. You love Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice.
I do.
But would you really go out, if you were in a store, and you saw a $240 doll sitting on the rack? I went to you and I said, here's a Beetlejuice doll for $240. Buy it. Would you buy a $240 Beetlejuice doll? And let's be honest with each other. I wouldn't. I mean, I love Beetlejuice.
If it looked great.
Come on, dude. Beetlejuice, I mean, you have to be super duper amazingly great.
So you're saying that the stardom and the popularity of Beetlejuice is not there.
We're talking about a cult classic. That's what this line is. The line is called Cult Classics. And it is a cult classic, but it's still a niche.
So the actual nerve that they're commanding Tony Stark, Captain America prices on an old retired vintage character?
Yes.
I see. I get it. Okay.
I get it. I can understand Luke with the X-Wing helmet and the suit. That's the iconic Luke Skywalker. I get it's $240 $20 or something like that. I get that, but I don't really see like Ash, Beetlejuice. I bought the Snake Plissken and it didn't look like anything. My head sculpt did not look anything like the prototype whatsoever. It was $160. You got a gigantic Uzi, you got shurikens, you got handguns, you got knives. There was like, I don't know, 20 different types of weapons that you got with it. A radio, with the extending. That was $160. Now the head sculpt was off, okay?
But times
not
are
as
different.
bad as this.
Times are different, though. I mean,
that was not even. I think
there's
it was like
inflation. We're going through inflation right now.
No.
The markets
You know what
have
it is?
changed.
It's not inflation. It's not licensing. Don't fall for that. You know what it is that collectors are just. I'm being honest with you. Collectors are saying, okay, well, if this is what the price is, I'll pay for that, and I understand it. I get it. If you want a Stormtrooper, if you want an Iron Man figure, and it's $350, that's the price you got to pay. But I think that as collectors, we have to stand up to at some point and say, dude, I'm not spending these exuberant amount. I'm just not going to buy it anymore. And then guess what? The prices will go back down. But until collectors take a stand and say, I'm not going to buy everything that you put out. I'm going to buy.
No,
I'm going to buy just the
you.
best quality. I get the most for my money. And until then, I'm just not going to buy it. Because you know what? I have a collection. You have a collection. We don't have to go buying random figures just to make a collection. We have collections. So you know what? We have to make a stand as collectors and say, look, enough is enough. Stop trying to gouge us. The $240, $300, $500, $400. Stop trying to gouge us, okay? Give us what we pay for. If it doesn't work, then that should fail. And this Beetlejuice figure is that. It should fail. It should fail miserably.
I gotta agree with you. Since the pre-order, is out, Sideshow is now committed to making this Beetlejuice figure. I'm probably gonna buy it when it ends up on the bargain bin.
I don't even know if I would buy it on the bargain bin, just because of the fact that you don't get the tombstone and there's nothing else with it. Shame. It's a damn shame. I gotta say, it's a damn shame. Because I was really looking forward to the Cult Classics line.
We as collectors, we are the ones who are responsible for the artificial inflation.
Let it fail
on these figures, and that's why the prices do keep climbing every year.
But people buy them. I mean, it's just like
people do buy them.
It's like the Iron Man figures, and I know that you love the Iron Man figures.
I know.
But Iron Man is a good example because there are a lot of Iron Man figures.
Yes,
and what happens is my buddy Carlos calls me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, they got another Iron Man figure. When are they gonna stop making these Iron Man figures, man? I'm tired of seeing this stuff, right? I don't want to see another Iron Man figure for the rest of my life, right?" And I go, dude, they have to sell, or else they wouldn't be making them.
Absolutely.
And they sell.
People do buy them.
It's true. They sell. People buy them, and they buy a lot of it. And that's the thing is, collectors, it's a finicky thing. I don't understand it myself. I mean, I understand that you love Iron Man. That's great. I love Batman too. But, I think at the end of the day, I mean, if it doesn't put you in the hole and, you can afford it, it's your collection, it's your hobby, just make sure it's not your addiction.
Oh, please, Sideshow, please fix the Beetlejuice. Please. We need this.
Well,
the community needs this figure.
The community doesn't need this figure.
We need Beetlejuice.
No, but come on.
We do.
You know what? The community will move on, and they'll find something new to go ahead and jump on. Just like Star Wars.
Our attention span is pretty small.
It's like, hey, hold it. There's new Star Wars, and then who knows? Like next year is Rogue One. Yeah. There's gonna be new Rogue One figures. There's gonna be so much more stuff coming out. Civil War.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Hey, all I can say is this. This figure, it sucks. It's horrible. I don't like it whatsoever. I wouldn't pay the money for it. And you know what? I hope that Sideshow sees everybody's reaction to it and says, hey, look, this is garbage. Fix it. And it would be nice for them to fix it. Like, hear from the community and say, okay, you know what? This isn't working. But then again, you have Hot Toys who... You have the Ed 209 with the dome problem from the first one, and it cracked open. Yeah. And you had the Ed 209 from the second one, and guess what, guys? It cracked open also. We have the leaky abs Batman. They didn't want to do anything but that. You have the Watchmen comedian figure. It just deteriorated.
Well, those are Hot Toys, aren't they?
Those are all Hot Toys.
Yeah.
And even though the community, here's a prime example. Ed 209, everybody knew if you had a version 1, Mark 1 Ed 209, it blew open. It busted open. It cracked open the dome itself. The rubber just deteriorated off of it, right? So you would think Hot Toys would go ahead and fix it. You're like, Hot Toys, man, they're gonna listen to the community. They knew what happened. They put out another Ed 209, and guess what happens? If you don't treat the rubber on the actual dome, it breaks open and cracks open the same way.
I've actually mentioned that in my earlier videos. You guys have to grease that dome up.
As collectors, they're not listening to us because we're just a number. They just want to get money from us. So we have to look at it like this. If you're going to give us a subpar figure, we're not going to buy it. And we're going to speak out about it. And that's what I'm doing for you guys. But, I mean, if you sit there and really think about Beetlejuice, they could have went a million ways with this. They give you the book, which should already come with it. And they should have given you more accessories. And the body should... Now, we're not going to go over it again.
No,
it's just
no.
a wreck.
It is what it is. Guys out there, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to jump in on the pre-order? Are you going to wait for the final version? Are you going to say, you know what? Meh, it's not even worth it. All right?
Sound off. Yeah,
all
sound
right?
off.
Like, subscribe, leave your comments below. Let us know what you guys are going to do. I love Beetlejuice.
I love Beetlejuice, just not this Beetlejuice. Sorry.
Hot Toys, please make a Beetlejuice for us. All right? Because I tell you what, if Hot Toys does it, hey, they know how to do Michael Keaton, don't they?
They do. They know how to do it. But, I think what it comes down to is that Hot Toys is going to do something that is safe for them. Beetlejuice is not a safe property. Star Wars,
It's
Marvel, DC, those properties are like hotcakes to them. They can pump out Iron Man figures like, they can go ahead and make another Captain America, another Thor, another Falcon.
They do love playing it safe.
Here comes Spider-Man from Civil War. They can make Batmans. DC, Marvel, Star Wars now. Star Wars is the big thing. Everybody's jumping on Star Wars, but just wait 3 or 4 years and it's going to be just like Marvel or DC. There's going to be so much stuff out there. So I think that Beetlejuice is not a property that they would touch because it's just not going to be lucrative for them.
It could be too old and there might not be enough interest in it.
They got to be able to make money, and if they don't make the money, they're not going to make it. No, that's why there's no Ripley.
Yeah.
No Aliens Ripley.
Thanks for watching, guys. The W2 here.
Benjamin.